Soy, the final frontier. I'm Comrade Britain.
And I am Slam Poet Pat. These are the voyages of the starship USS Malcolm Reed Puzzle, our ongoing mission
To explore new episodes of Star Trek, both cringe and based, and to boldly go
by
to
the Betazoid Cougar Store. Soy Trek the podcast is here. One half vegan, one half queer. 100% communist, unless we have a less leftist guest.
Patrick's and Britain, talking, joking, farting and shitting, all about Star Trek. Like our buttholes, this show is wrecked. Soy Trek the podcast is here, so listen to Soy Trek right in your ears.
Rig-a-da-dat, skip-bap-bibbida-doooo, doing a scat for me and you.
Ooh. I like that. I like that scat.
Thank you.
That impromptu scatting.
I feel like if you're a bad rapper, if you just get good at scat, it doesn't really matter, because you can be like, I was walking down the street, scoop-bap-a-doo-ba-da-ding-dang-a-doo, feeling out the beat, rap-bap-a-doo-ba-da-dee-dee-da-doo.
And when you're a scat man, things like the street are called the screet.
Shut up.
I'm from the screet.
It's because it's the scat street, you see.
Yeah, it's a scat street.
Yeah, that's where you learn how to scat. You don't think you learn that shit at home school, do you, son?
I'm from the screets. Skip, scap, skip-a-da-doo.
It's just a scat gang comes up on you. Hey, what street are you from?
What screet are you from? And just like all S noises. Like, I'm a screek. I can't even do a snake. It's a hard one. Scat
snake.
Skate.
Snake. It's literally just snake.
Oh yeah, I guess there's a K in there. Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, that failed. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
We all fail.
We all fail.
Mostly you.
Yeah, some more than others.
Yeah, some a lot more than others.
Let's just say everything is a failure in my.
You're on a pretty successful Star Trek podcast,
That's
my friend.
true.
Pretty successful on Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs, where for as little as $2 a month, you can help support us and keep us editorially independent and ad-free, and also get high-quality stereo episodes the minute I'm done making them, instead of having to listen in shitty mono that sounds like this all the time.
Hey, we're in shitty mono! Mono. For some reason, when we're in mono, we have North Atlantic accents. And we report only the news from the 1930s. You see,
President Taft died in an autogyro accident today.
there's a concerning little man named Hitler over in Germany. He's no real threat, though.
The U.S. supports him completely and thoroughly.
He's doing a new kind of Jim Crow, see?
Yeah, anyway, so you also get, you get to vote on every week. We do a listener/patron suggested episode, and you get to suggest those and vote on them. We just did Galaxy Quest.
We did.
Which was a real fun time.
Yeah, I think everyone should vote for inappropriate comedy for the next one.
That's not even how it's pronounced.
In app appropriate. An app appropriate.
You almost got it.
An appropriate?
There you go. Inappropriate.
Inappropriate. Shooting those in-app ropes.
Yeah, I'm ropriate. Shooting them ropriate.
Shooting them ropriates.
Yeah. All over a hotel room. leaving them for someone else.
They have to clean it up.
Bring out the black light. I want to see what I did.
I've always thought about that, just bringing a black light to a hotel room and losing my mind.
Yeah, bringing it, putting on your little lobster bib and going.
Yeah. Ooh, look at all these crabs everywhere.
It's like Crabathon at Bread Lobster.
Crabathon.
So,
or as a scat man would call a crab, a scrab.
Scrab. Fuck you, Scrab. You crossed the picket line.
Fuck you, scrab. Skip, scrab, skip.
And you did it sideways, too.
Beep it up, beep it up, beep it up.
Dong.
I love this scrab language.
Yeah.
The scat language.
Yeah. It's kind of like Esperanto.
It is.
But you can only do it if you have rhythm.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Can only scat without rhythm. Scat with rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walk without scat. I don't even know what I'm doing.
I have no idea what you're trying to say. Anyway, going back to our patreon.com/dumbidiotbs, for as little as $5 a month, we announce your name on the show because you're a producer of what we do.
Yeah.
People like Dylan Lance, Nick Savard, Jordan Hale, David Craning Sites, Cappies, D. Gursky, Eric and Southslope, Jormore, Tim Wilkinson, Ethan Adams, Kyle Simmons, PJ Hill, Shane Sawyer, Gillian McCreary, SFC Punk, King Penumbra, Roberto Molino, 7 of 9, James Hartman, Anna Conklin, Iggy, Abigail Simpson, Electric Baphomet, Joe DeVideo, Joanna Hearn.
Damn.
Bunch of people.
Bunch of people.
Thank you all so much for all of your support.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah, we also have other higher tiers. At the $10 tier, you get access to
The Media Dungeon.
which is my media server with a motherfuck ton of media on it.
does.
More movies than you will see anywhere else on the
You
internet.
can shake a stick at.
It's digital, so I mean you
You can
couldn't
shake
really.
you can shake a stick at your TV set.
You
And-
could.
and
I
just
mean,
by-
if it was scatting, you could shake a kick at it
Stick
and
at it.
go skip-bap-bibbida-doooo, stick-stick-stickity-doo booba-doo.
Gonna shake my stick at it.
Shtick. Yeah, we're committed to the shtick.
We're committed to the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, like, that's the thing. Like, you know, if you had like an entire physical media collection of the same movies that you have on there, you would be shaking a stick all day.
Oh.
But you could just like have the Plex
I
server
could
up.
not exist in this apartment with that many films.
You couldn't, and
No.
there would be no room for you to even shake that stick.
That's true.
You would have like a tiny corridor that you have to walk through, and that's not enough room. But with your Plex server open, there is like a million movies right there, and you can just shake your stick at the TV screen, and you've
Right.
already shaken a stick at more movies than you could ever shake a
Right.
stick
I
at.
mean, with 17,000 films, I couldn't even shake my dick at that. And my dick is much smaller than any stick in existence. Like it's more like a piece of like straw. That's why my last name is Britton Straw.
Oh.
That's why straw is the last name of my family, is because we're famous for having very, very small, thin penises.
It's a curse from Rumpelstiltskin.
It's Rumple Foreskin. Is what we got.
Rumple Foreskin, yeah.
Yeah.
After he was forced to spin, after he was fooled by the maiden he tricked to spin straw into gold. You know, and she found out his name. He had did one last curse.
Yeah.
Like, all your progeny should have straw-sized dicks.
And they shall get no pleasure from them.
There'll be a thin straw.
And just as fragile.
Damn you, Rumple Foreskin, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you think it weaves foreskin into gold? that sounds pretty Soros coded. Let's be
That
honest.
sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's a protocol of the elders of Zion.
I feel that's like a conspiracy theory somewhere.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's why they perform circumcisions
There's a basement with
a goblin in it. with a magic troll that spins foreskins into gold.
and there's just like these guys in big black hats delivering all these boxes of foreskin for them.
They just dump it into a pile right behind them.
The foreskin chute's opening up again.
Yeah.
More is coming. Get ready.
Foreskin coming in.
Someone sound the foreskin alarm.
Like klaxon starts going off. No, and then Rumpelstiltskin maybe just has a whole room full. It's like a whole like a sweatshop. He just has a whole bunch of women just like spinning those foreskins into gold.
The women and the children too.
The women and the children. And no one can guess his name.
Yeah. I mean, Rumpelstiltskin's a pretty obvious name for a little troll guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you didn't know like about Rumpelstiltskin and he was just like, guess my name, you'd be like, oh, something stupid, Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, so what are fucking idiots called?
Yeah, what are moron, dumb idiot
you're
babies
either
called?
Brandon or Rumpelstiltskin.
Like, what'd you say? And he disappears in a puff of smoke.
In a puff of foreskin.
A puff of foreskin. His full name is Brandon Rumpelstiltskin.
Excuse me, that's Brandon Rumpelforeskin.
Oh yeah, Brandon Rumpelforeskin. Because obviously Rumpelstiltskin's Rumpelforeskin's his last name. It's not his first name.
Yeah,
so it's like
what do you think that is? German?
Yeah, I think it is.
You gotta look in your eye like you want to say something else. It's okay. We can say it's Soros coded. We know that like it's just being dog whistled out there.
Yeah. And that would make sense. That is a German fairy tale.
Yeah, the Germans have a complicated history with those kind of things.
But I think my headcanon though, his first name is Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's either that or like Gunther.
Gunther
and Rumpelforeskin.
Yeah, Gunther Rumpelforeskin.
Yeah.
Or maybe Kevin Rumpelforeskin.
Kevin Rumpel. Well, like the Minion?
I feel Kevin is a German name, isn't it?
I think that's the Minion's full name.
Minion for Rumpelforeskin.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Minion or the Bob.
So anyway, now that we burned 12 minutes of time talking about Rumpelforeskin.
Now that we've robbed 12 minutes of your life, we are actually goblins that steal minutes of your life and spit it into gold.
Spin it back into foreskin, baby.
We spit it back into foreskin.
That's how I'm getting my extra foreskin back. It's your time.
That's how we decided to regrow our foreskins after being forced to undergo circumcisions as babies. Like we're reclaiming our foreskin.
Yeah.
By stealing yours.
Yep.
Digitally.
This is the digital the digital foreskin reclamation podcast.
Yeah.
We'll be seizing your foreskin digitally through audio, through your earbuds or whatever you're listening to.
Yeah.
The bigger headphones, the better. We suggest over-the-ear headphones.
We do.
Those are the easiest way to take your foreskin.
Yeah, the ones that just like fit into your ears, the AirPod things, we have to extract the foreskin very, very slowly, and it's barely even worth it for us sometimes if you use AirPods. So you need like the over-the-head ones,
right? And if ladies are out there being like, "Oh, I'm safe," have you ever heard of a motherfucking clitoral hood? Ladies got foreskin too, buddy.
Ladies got foreskins too.
We all got foreskin, motherfucker.
It's a foreskin party, baby.
Except yours are intact.
Yeah, I mean, in most cultures.
In most cultures.
Unfortunately, there's some that, they do the female circumcision in several different really terrible, awful, terrible ways.
I used to work with a woman who had one.
That's an interesting thing for you to know.
Yeah. She shared it with us, yeah.
She shared it.
She shared, that knowledge.
Oh, right, yeah, right. Not the foreskin. Yeah. Right. Not her clitoral hood. She's like, she brings it in for show and tell. Bring your daughter to work.
She showed us. She still has it. We're like, cool, thanks.
Yeah. Man, it's all good in the clitoral hood, baby.
It's all good in the clitoral hood.
Yeah, unless you're from the wrong street.
Yeah.
Skip-bap-bibbida-doooo. What you doing around here, boy? Yeah.
We just took more of your foreskin with that. That was another 4 minutes.
Another 4 minutes of foreskin.
4 minutes to foreskin.
Yeah, that's what they tell you in the green room before you're on. They're like, "Hey, you got 4 minutes to foreskin, baby. Break a leg."
It's 4 minutes to foreskin.
The hand that strokes it in doom. 4 minutes to foreskin. Put that smegma in my womb. Yeah.
I like that song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I stole womb, that rhyme from the original one.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I actually had a womb line, which is
So it's almost like it's almost like naturally fits.
yeah, it does. Like the smegma into the womb.
Like the smegma into the womb.
Smegma womb. That's the name of my new indie rock band.
Smegma womb.
Smegma womb.
Your math rock band.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Midwest math rock, even though I'm not in the Midwest. It is somehow make it.
But like you spiritually you are.
Yeah, we only eat hot dish at our practices. So.
Just all mayonnaise based.
Yeah, just casseroles with mayonnaise on top.
Desserts with mayonnaise, like mayonnaise parfaits.
Desserts made out of cream of mushroom soup somehow.
Yeah. and the fried onions.
And peas. This is a hot dish tort.
Hot dish tort. Here's your mayonnaise parfait.
So anyway, now that we burnt 5 more minutes of time, we'll never get to this episode. We watched Lower Decks this week.
We did.
We got a new episode of Lower Decks. Oh, by the way, go to patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. Sign up. Be our friend. Thank you.
Yeah, sign up.
So, Lower Decks, Season 4, Episode 5, Empathological Fallacies. Great name. I really like that. Released today, September 28th, 2023. But we'll probably release this tomorrow.
Nice.
But who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe at midnight tonight.
Ooh.
Or maybe 4 minutes to foreskin.
4 minutes to foreskin. This is getting released.
Yeah. I don't know what time that is.
Yeah.
Probably like 3:15 or something.
You're just gonna take the foreskin that you reclaimed and then throw it at a clock and whatever.
See, you got the big hand, you got the small hand, and you got the foreskin.
Yeah, the foreskin. And when those hands touch the foreskin, that's when the episode gets released.
Yeah, that's when the magic happens, baby. You're divining your time there.
Could happen today, could happen tomorrow. That's the way of the clock.
That's the way of the cock.
The way of the cock. Skin.
Indeed. So this is the 5th episode of Season 4, the 35th episode overall of 35 episodes so far, and the 902nd episode of Star Trek released overall.
900th?
902nd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this one was written by Jamie Loftus, who I'm actually familiar with because I heard her on, I think, Some More News, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Talking about a book she's been writing called Raw Dog, The History of Hot Dogs.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and she's been on a couple podcasts that I listen to, and each time I found her to be a delight. She's a very good comedian. She has a couple podcasts, including like one called like the Bechdel something, about the Bechdel test kind of, and about like women representation in media. She also wrote for Robot Chicken.
Oh, cool.
But you should definitely check her out, her book Raw Dog.
Raw Dog.
Which is a book about the history of hot dogs, which is actually pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And also, pretty much all hot dogs aren't raw. They're all cooked, perfectly cooked.
That's true. I'd like more hot dog. I'm going to start getting like the raw hot dogs, like they get raw milk. I'm going to go to my co-op and be like, excuse me, do you have the raw hot dogs? I'm like, you mean sausage? And I'll be like, no.
I want those raw nitrates and all. I want those. That's the thing. Like, people are consuming cooked nitrates.
Right.
Like, we're not getting those raw nitrates that are good for your blood.
Right. We're not getting that raw slurry of hot dog that's just like lips and buttholes and weird like bony parts and shit.
I mean, if you think about it, you know how like, you know, pretty much all the fruits vitamins are in the skin. Like, all of the vitamins of a hog are in its lips, its butthole, like its nose. Like that's where all the good vitamins are.
Why do you think eating butthole eating ass has become such a big thing lately. It's because that's where all the vitamins are, people.
You notice like everyone who eats ass is pretty jacked
Yeah.
because that's like there's so much protein in that butthole.
Like, I eat ass, and I'm very physically fit.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not because I work out. It's because I eat butthole.
You eat tons of butthole.
I eat so much butthole.
Yeah.
And I always have my little crab bib on. And
Except there's just like a little pucker.
yeah.
instead of a crab.
There's a little butthole on my little bib.
Yeah, a little butthole on your bib. And you're just like, it's butthole time.
Yeah. It's butthole fist down at the Red Lobster. So this episode was directed by Megan Lloyd, who also did the Moopsie episode from earlier this
cool.
season. Yeah, which was a pretty all right
Yeah,
episode.
we like Moopsie.
Yeah, Moopsie was all right.
Yeah.
That whole episode altogether, fine. Not amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's get into it. Immediate credit sequence.
Yeah.
Which is they've done that a couple times this season, which is kind of rare for them.
Yeah, no cold open lately.
Yeah. The opens are hot.
They're hot.
They're
Come in hot.
Hot like a womb.
With smegma.
Smegma womb. So we open on to Lynn giving a report to her Vulcan boss. The Cerritos is transporting 3 Betazoid diplomats who all have a yard drink like you get in Mexico or New Orleans.
Yeah. Or also in like, Las Vegas.
Yeah. Basically anywhere that has like an open drinking culture.
Yeah.
She calls them glorified socialites and says they're headed to Risa. One of them hits on Ransom, and he's receptive, which she doesn't like because she likes it when they play hard to get.
And she pretty much crams that drink in his butthole.
Yeah, she
Like
does.
you see it wedged between his cheeks.
Yeah, she puts the yard in between his cheeks,
Yeah.
which is like definitely sexual assault of some sort.
Yeah.
But he's into it.
He's into it.
So I guess, consent is mandatory, but that works since he's consenting now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not good.
No.
It's something you shouldn't do to people, even if you think they'll like it, unless they're your partner and they'll like it, and they like little surprises and
They like drinks wedged in their butt cheeks.
whomst among us,
Whomst among us, yeah.
has not had a full highball glass shoved into their asshole.
Let ye who live in glass houses throw the first stone.
Let ye who don't have glass highball glasses in their assholes throw the first highball glass into my asshole. Please. Please, it's lonely. I think this is kind of a direct homage to Luxwana Troy, because she was always about a little bit of that CNC, a consensual non-consent kind of thing.
Okay.
She's always like, hey, maybe it would be cool if you pretended you didn't want my amazing pussy. And so Picard is like, very well, I don't want your amazing pussy. And then she's like, that's a pretty good job.
Yeah, she did.
You can have it.
She did like the hard to get. She loved Odo. Mm-hmm. And Odo was like a hard nut to crack.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite, one of the horniest line in all of Star Trek, is like Odo says something about like his habits, and he's like, I can only be solid for 16 hours, and then I form into a pile of liquid for the night. And Luxana says, I can swim.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
It was excellent. I think
What a fucking hoe. I love her. I
think
love her.
her and Odo actually make more sense than him and Kira.
So much more sense.
Yeah,
he's
'cause
like
they're
he's
opposite.
like
They're opposites attract.
right, and they're both like kind of older,
Yeah, they're
although
both-
Odo's way older, but
Yeah, and that makes sense, and it's like it would make sense that there's someone that's so like direct would be able to disarm him.
yeah, she's kind of like the ultimate bratty bottom, which is what he needs because he's kind of like autistic coded, and he definitely needs direction.
Yeah, because also like he's kind of like Data, where it's like he's still like getting used to just like human emotions in a way, and then that kind of thing. So navigating relationships.
Yeah, it'd be cooler if he was like Aerosmith, still getting used to sweet emotion.
Yeah, still getting used to sweet emotion. Yeah,
because they still can't play that fucking song, so obviously they're still getting used to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because that song sucks.
By Aerosmith? Are you sure a song sucks by them?
Yeah. I don't know, dog. I've only listened to their whole discography.
Woof. And played the video game.
Oh yeah, I played a lot of Revolution X.
Same. It was like the one video game at Pizza Hut.
I actually turned that game into Revolution Triple X by whipping my dick out in public.
Interesting.
Yeah.
While playing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, they did have like that hot digital babe in it,
right?
Like that's when
also,
that's when video games didn't have like babes in it,
right?
But then the babe became a monster, and you're just like, okay, this is
hot.
This is hot.
This is hot now.
She just became a pig
whip
like
out my dick
monster
now.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got that coin return, which is like the perfect size for my little straw-sized penis. So,
and that's why you're able to then then it's prehensile, so you're able to grab your quarter and bring it back out. That's what Dane Rumpelstiltskin forgot. He made it prehensile, so you can grab things with it.
Yeah. It's basically like a paperclip in function.
Yeah. Kind of like a lockpick.
Yeah, I can use it as like a slug to get like gumballs and shit.
Yeah.
Like a mall.
Like, what are you doing? I'm getting a free soda out of the soda machine.
I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm just rocking it back and forth. And they're like, "Hey, don't tip it over." I'm not. I'm fucking it.
You gotta tilt the damn machine. Just getting a soda.
So, Talin is tasked with getting the Betazoids more drinks, and she finds this trying.
Also, I think it's funny, like, because of the design of the show, like, Betazoids are distinct because they have pure black eyes.
Yeah.
And everyone in the show has pure black eyes.
That's true. But
I did notice they did make their eyes a little bit bigger.
Right. And they're also, like, specifically Betazoid coded because they're dressed real slutty.
They're dressed real slutty.
Which we love.
And, yeah, it's just...
they're showing lots of cleave.
Lots of cleave, and they're basically being, like, little Luxwanas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're not Deanna Troy Betazoids.
She's only half, so she didn't get the insanely horny part, unfortunately, which we all wish she did.
She got the I sense emotions part.
Yeah, she got the weird like psychic dreams part and shit, which sucks to get because she doesn't get like, jacked off in her sleep or nothing by ghosts.
And she can only really read the minds of other Betazoids and
Ismati.
Yeah, so
which is like that. Like that's just like going to the front page of Pornhub and typing in that real freak shit.
Yeah, it's crazy that she was able to read Riker's mind and not go insane.
I know. Because she'd be like, my pussy tastes like what?
She'd be like, she would just see like his darkest, most wanton desires.
Oh yeah, right.
And I don't think anyone could like peer into that and then walk away sane.
But I think Riker overall, he's not super kinky. He's pretty vanilla.
Yeah.
He just he's a big time non-monogamous. That's his biggest thing is he just wants to fuck everybody.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not like he's busting out the whips and chains or anything. Like he doesn't make it like hurt to sit the next day for anybody.
No, I think he's definitely like, oh, I want everyone to leave happy.
No, exactly. He just like makes them come, but he doesn't like get into like the more esoteric foreplay, like impact play or humiliation play or any. He definitely doesn't do any humiliation play.
No.
Definitely doesn't. Not into that.
Yeah, he seems like he's just like he's like a go with the flow kind of dude.
Yeah, he's the guy who like immediately breaks out the Hitachi wand and he's like, you ever tried one of these? Like he just wants to make everyone come, really.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, which is good. I mean, coming isn't like the end point of sex, and some people prefer longer sexual experiences that don't involve coming than like other sexual experiences that are focused on coming. Yeah. And so check with your partner if like how they feel about that. Frankly, I like a mix of both. I like a lot of things, and I ultimately I love to see my partner have like an ugly cum. Like I like to see their face contort and like I don't know, one of the coolest things ever is I dated someone who would like almost have like visions. They had like synesthesia and stuff, and so like when they
That's kind of like the movie Drive My Car.
Is it? Yeah, and they'd have like these fucking crazy like fucking insane orgasms where they like see shit, and that was always fucking cool. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and like drive my car like the woman. She has to have an orgasm in order to write.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to have an orgasm in order to get up for the day.
In order to get out of bed.
Yeah, that's why my pillows are yellow. Hi, I'm Brit. All my pillows are yellow. A skip-bap-bibbida-doooo.
Skip-bap-bibbida-doooo. Watch out for those yellow pillows.
What you doing on the non-yellow pillow street, son? You don't belong around here no more.
Get on the yellow street.
Yeah. The yellow street road. Okay, man.
Follow the yellow street road. Follow the yellow street road. Follow.
So Freeman takes the Betazoids to sick bay. Oh, wait, one sec. Wait, where are we? No? Okay.
I think we ended Talin doing something with them.
Yeah.
Oh, she was bringing them the drinks. She got her to take the drinks.
Yeah, I think I did this out of order for some reason. So the Betazoids are the life of the party, and everybody on board except Talin seems to be enjoying themselves. And she'd like to be transferred back, so she's writing a report to the Vulcan High Council to try to get her position back.
Okay.
Mariner comes in and invites Talin to a party and reveals the entire ship can't send messages out because of a security lockdown at the moment. Boimler, at that moment, is with Rutherford and trying to remember every crew member's name, but feels inadequate because he can't. And he feels like with his new promotion, like the responsibility is placed on his shoulders to know such things.
Yeah, I like that part where he's just like, all right, that's Merp, Big Merp, and and then he loses and it's like, Sleepy Merp.
Yeah. You're kind of Sleepy Merp, aren't you?
I'm always Sleepy Merp, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're... Merp wouldn't be a bad name for you. You'd be a good Merp.
I'll change my last name to Merp.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pat Merp.
Pat Merp.
Pat Merp. That actually has a great flow to it. Hey, you met Pat Merp?
I'm Pat Merp.
Pat Merp. it sounds like a single name and it rocks.
Yeah, I would go to the get my name changed, and they would just be like, "Oh, Pat Merp, well, right this way," and then they would shoot me in the head like they would lead me into a room like at Goodfellas.
You just see a big swordfish, and you'd be like, "Oh fuck!" So Boimler is with Rutherford. Can't remember everyone's name, and Rutherford tries to get him to come to the party, but he won't. So Rutherford calls Shax, and he says he has a candidate for the program. Oh yeah. What do you think the program is? You think it's like
It's P90X.
Yeah. I was thinking it was Scientology maybe, but P90X is not that different.
Yeah.
So Talin goes to the party, and everybody is lit as fuck. Seems like they're more emotional than usual. And like Muglimo is like really mad at a machine because it made him non-regurgitated soup.
This doesn't taste like it's been in my mother's mouth.
Yeah, which I've said about a lot of things. How dare you shrimp me like that?
How dare.
This doesn't feel like it's been in my mother's mouth. So over with Boimler, he's walking with Shax, and he brings him to a room where they're doing slam poetry.
I love that.
It was like
so
Klingon slam poetry. It was pretty funny. You never hear about slam poetry anymore, but it's very funny.
It was very much like a product. We saw it come to a head, and so I married an axe murderer.
Oh, she was a thief. You gotta believe she stole my heart and my cat.
Yeah. And then somehow he was so good at slam poetry, he afforded like an amazing apartment.
That's what happens when you have two Scottish grandparents who are played by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how it rolls.
Yeah, you can get a nice apartment that way.
Yeah, I think that was like the top, the highest slam poetry could possibly rise, where it's like the profession of Michael Myers and or Mike Myers and
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers in a movie, and then after that it just went all downhill, and it hasn't been referenced in popular media since this episode. That's a good over almost 30 years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, wow. So slam poetry is making a comeback. Enough time has passed.
Yeah, I'm sure that Mark Cushman did a slam poetry porn.
Probably.
Yeah. Like ass slam poetry jam or something like that.
I love that. Yeah, and it's nothing you know.
Oh,
So
no,
you don't see the Def Jam poetry.
He probably did. So I married an ass murderer.
It's me. I'm the ass murderer.
My dick. That's the ass murderer.
It's
me, Rumpelstiltskin. I am the ass murderer. Meanwhile, the bar is getting crazy and nobody's listening to Captain Freeman. Mariner suggests locking everybody in the bridge. Talin suggests this might be happening because the Betazoids, and suggests they might have Xanthi fever, which was the plotline for DS9 Season 3, Episode 10, Fascination, which we previously reviewed on this very podcast.
Yeah, and that was a good episode too because it was like their polywater episode.
Yeah, it was their polywater episode, but it was also their Sarek episode.
They're also their Sarek episode. Yes, and like it was. So this is in a long line of Sarek, Fascination, now
the Naked Now, the Naked Time,
the Naked Time. Yeah.
Yeah, we love a horny episode.
We
honestly. We any horny episode is a good episode in my opinion. Not really. I kind of don't like Naked Time.
No, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, Naked Now is pretty all right.
Yeah.
And I love Fascination.
Yeah, that one's a good episode.
Yeah, that's a great Luxwana episode for sure. We love any Luxwana DS9 episode, 100%.
Yeah, and I did think it was that when I was first watching. I'm like, oh, they got the Luxwana disease.
They got the Xanthi.
Yeah, they're going through menopause. They're going through Betazoid menopause.
Yeah, the beta cuck menopause. Yeah, do you think beta cucks come from Betazoid?
Probably.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, what we have seen of male Betazoids, we had like Lloyd Braun.
Oh right, he was supposed to be really charming and stuff.
But he was a rapist, in that episode. And then we had what's his face in Voyager. Wait, what's Chucky.
his face? Yeah, Chucky. Yeah, the guy from that one episode, the murderer. Yeah, he was a Betazoid, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a Betazoid. He was a Betazoid serial killer. So like, not a lot of good Betazoid males.
No, and maybe that's why their women are such baddies.
It could be it.
Is because all the males are beta cucks, and so they have to like fucking go out to the galaxy and get some real dick.
It's true. And they got to go to Riker.
Yeah, right. All
they got to go to Odo.
Riker.
They got to go to Picard.
Yeah, they know who's got that good dick.
Yeah.
I don't think Picard has that good dick though. Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, that has to have a waterfall involved.
Right. He's, I don't know where the clit is without a waterfall.
But to his credit, though, he did lose Vash to basically a god.
Yeah, he also lost Vag to himself because he's kind of a cuck.
Yeah. And I mean, I get,
Do you think Vosh has anything to do with Vash?
No.
The guy from YouTube.
Streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. That guy's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of problematic.
He's got the accusations.
He's got a few of the accusations.
Yeah, I
don't really fuck with him. I don't.
No,
I think I watched some of his stuff 10 years ago or something, but I don't really fuck with that.
No,
I don't really fuck with streamers like at all.
Me either. I don't know.
The only streamers I fuck with is women streaming urine onto my face. Skip-bap-bibbida-doooo. Piss, 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 piss.
You could say you know the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea.
There is no difference.
Yes, there is. You don't pay for a garbanzo bean on your face.
This is like the oldest internet joke.
I know.
We don't tell old internet jokes on this podcast.
Sorry.
This is.
As a vegan, I who loves garbanzo beans, I love that joke.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
What about what's the difference between jam and jelly?
Actually, there's a lot of differences.
Yeah, there are. Jam particularly uses doesn't have to use a stabilizer, whereas jelly either uses pectin or gelatin in order to stabilize juices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jam is more of the whole fruit.
Yeah, and it can be sometimes preserves, which is just the whole fruit, and pretty much nothing else besides sugar and vinegar.
I do love preserves; they're really good.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, I want to go get some preserves after this, and so in the morning I can have like a nice Ooh, I should make biscuits tomorrow. I should have like preserves on a nice fresh baked biscuit.
Mm-hmm. You ever stuck your dick in a biscuit?
I have not. I'm sorry. I usually eat them.
Yeah, but you save one, put it to the side, have your fuck biscuit.
Oh, the
You've
fuck
never
biscuit.
had a fuck biscuit?
I have never had a fuck biscuit.
You always leave one out of the batch to be your fuck biscuit. God, what kind of American are you?
Oh, I guess I did have one. I mean, I did bring biscuits to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, how do you think?
I guess like as I did fuck those biscuits.
How do you think you make that?
Biscuits and gravy.
Oh, I always made a gravy out of like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I usually either make like an onion gravy or a mushroom gravy. But you're saying it's a different gravy.
Why do you think it's like white with like black chunks in it?
Britt, yours has black chunks in it.
My gravy, yeah, it's pepper.
Gotcha.
But also my semen, yeah. Yeah, it's gravel.
Those are spider eggs.
It tastes good when it's extra spidery. Skip-bap-bibbida-doooo.
They say the average person eats 8 spiders a year. They don't talk about how many spiders lay
Crawl
eggs
up your dick, yeah.
and lay eggs in your urethra.
Ow, ow, it's hurting to walk today. I got them urethra spiders.
Oh, I guess I got one of the 12 spiders a year that crawl up your urethra and lay eggs.
One a month, like clockwork.
Like clockwork.
It comes and goes with the moon.
That's why men have a time of the month as well.
Yeah, ladies, your period. But do you ever get the dick spiders? I didn't think so.
You never get your monthly dick spiders? Wow, okay.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, tampons, boo-hoo. Until you have to get a spider trap for your dick. I don't want to hear none of you complain.
You gotta put a little raid thing up there.
You hire a
So you're basically like loading an old timey musket.
you hire an exterminator. He comes to the door, zip.
Zip, all right.
Oh, we got dick spiders again. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of those in this area.
Yeah, I mean there is a lot of spiders around Washington State.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, the guy you have to hire the dick spider guy, and he comes, puts it in, loads it like a musket. Get that.
Like a black powder rifle.
Like a black powder rifle, and then you don't get dick spiders. That
like
month.
a black rifle coffee company.
Yeah, that's what it's named after.
Yeah.
We're just going off the rails on this episode.
Yeah, we've stopped paying attention to this episode. We're in the bar. Everyone's getting crazy. Lynn suggests this might be xanthy fever, which is the plot line for Fascination. Lynn suggests calling in a Betazoid doctor to deal with the situation, but Freeman refuses. One of the Betazoid women comes over and hits on Freeman, asking if it's still horny in here, which was a pretty amazing line. That is a good line. Something that I would have said.
Yeah.
The Betazoids are taken to medbay, where they're scanned for certain diseases, including xanthy fever, which shocks them because they're not old enough to carry xanthy fever. They begin telepathically communicating, indicating they're up to something else, and approach Freeman menacingly or women-assingly to make it more equitable. Womenacingly, yes.
There's also another line previously where like I think Mariner says it's like champagnefully.
Oh yeah, let's get champagnefully drunk.
Yeah, champagnefully drunk.
That was a pretty fun line.
That was excellent.
Yeah, and this is the like the one-liners in this episode are great. It's almost like obviously written by a comedian.
Yeah,
the way like the humor is introduced.
Yeah, like set up and then a punchline.
Yeah, it's not like super deep except for like the Sarek and Fascination stuff. It's not. There's not a ton of like referential things or anything here.
Yeah,
it's more like references to modern things.
Yeah,
you know, like the yard drinks and like slam poetry and stuff like that. Obviously written by a millennial.
Yes. Who's the only people that still remember slam poetry
and yard drinks. So yeah, like you can't get a yard drink of like fucking I don't know, like White Claw. I'm sure you can now. Actually, I take that back.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've never had a yard drink.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. We need to get you slam trashed I should just order one off of eBay or like Amazon, and then just like make you a mixed drink and make you get progressively drunker and drunker throughout one of our podcast days until like you're puking out of your nose and into your lap like by the last episode.
I wake up face down in your hot tub like
your ass hurts for some reason.
I'm like, oh God. God damn you, yard drinks.
Yeah. Your ass hurts because I fed you too much dairy.
Yeah.
You had
Now I'm just pooping up a storm.
pooping in the hot tub.
Pooping in the hot tub. It's like, wait, I don't remember there being a hot mud bath here.
Gross. So, over with Boimler, the Slam Poetry Club, where he's at, are doing Starfleet security officer charades. And this one's Odo. So Boimler thinks this is a test by Shax. Shax plays along and says now is time for the ritual, and which is one of two tests that he must pass, and it's an Enterprise Malcolm Reed puzzle and some tarot cards, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, so fun. That was really good.
He asked what kind of choice it is, which opts him in for both, and Shax rejoices with the rest of security.
What kind of choice is this? That means he's chosen both, and they're all celebrating.
Yeah. Which, if you ask something like that, that's not a choice. That's not. This is very like unconsensual.
Yeah.
I feel like Jamie Loftus might not totally understand consent.
There's yard drinks being shoved in buttholes. There's like
just like her to write a book about hot dogs.
yeah. What's going on with them hot dogs?
What's going on with them dogs? You got that dog in you?
You got that dog in you.
You got that chipmunk in you? You got that squeakquel in you?
got another squeakquel in you? Come on, give me another squeakquel.
That's what I'm going to start calling it once I can go more. When I go more than one round during sex, I'm like, you ready for the squeakquel, baby? I'm a squeakquel that raw.
What are you doing? You're calling 911? Okay, that makes sense.
Again?
Again? All right, I'll stop saying squeakquel. No, I won't.
All right, I'll get out of your house.
I'll get out here.
All right, I'll stop calling you. All right, I'll stop violating the restraining order. Skip-bap-bibbida-doooo.
I won't hide in your walls anymore.
I'll stay away from your street.
And watch you through paintings with the eyes cut, with holes cut in the eyes.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah,
have a painting like that, not watch someone without their consent with the holes through you.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you want to be in like an old mansion and watch people come and chase them away.
Rather than being in an old mansion, I'd like to be in an old man. Son.
Yeah, and you could cut eye holes in him and see through him.
I actually that's like the last kind of person I want to have sex with is like an old man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's just like they're so like feeble and like they're so like non-sexual, like with their dumb little hats and stuff. Like, oh well, I like to play solitaire in the you feel what do you that feels pretty good on my asshole. That feels very good on my asshole. Well, I guess I'm not playing backgammon today. So back with Freeman, the Betazoids have taken her captive and are headed to the bridge in the turbolift. Freeman tries to escape and the Betazoids take out the bridge crew. They reveal that they're on a mission across the quadrant to find clues that reveal what happened during the ongoing attacks from earlier this season on the Romulans and the Klingons and the Orions. Yeah. Freeman says her crew will come to save her, and I'd come anyway to save her or not. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Oh yeah, I'd do one of them. But everybody can't save her because they're mostly naked in the bar playing Human Pyramid.
Yeah.
which is pretty fun.
Yeah, all the guys are shirtless.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Everyone's in their underwear. Which, I mean, who's wearing underwear in the future? Except for, like, to stop chafing maybe or something. Like, your uniform should be comfortable enough to just wear.
Yeah, that's true. But imagine, like, they have really comfortable underwear.
Yeah, but their suits should be comfortable enough to wear without underwear.
I mean, we see them wearing underwear in Enterprise a lot just because
We
of
do.
the sexy decontamination scenes.
Right.
Yeah, but
Decontamination.
decontamination. Yeah, like it basically like those were the horniest scenes, and like completely unnecessarily horny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see the underwear, but even TNG, like we only ever see them in their like satin robes, satin pajamas and stuff.
No, we never even see them in underwear.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah.
So it could be possible that this is bringing back, like, oh yeah, they wear underwear. Like it was established in Enterprise, and then we just kind of lost. We don't know if they evolved past that. They just wear like their uniforms and nothing underneath. So
I hope so in the future.
yeah.
You know, there's no reason for underwear anymore. Let's bring them titties out. Let's bring them dicks out.
Yeah, dicks out.
Dicks out, everybody. This podcast is a pro dicks out organization.
Exactly.
So over with T'Lyn, T'Ana, and Mariner, T'Ana frees herself and goes after the Betazoids. But T'Lyn reveals that the source of heightened emotion on the ship is, in fact, her.
Oh.
It's not Xanthi fever, but instead the Vulcan Bendai syndrome, which affects older Vulcans and was a plot for TNG episode Sarek, which we've also reviewed recently. Turns out T'Lyn is 62 years old. Only 7 years away from being nice.
Nice.
Over with Freeman, the Betazoids are thinking of turning her over to the Romulans, and she says they'll torture out all of her intel. The Betazoid is intrigued by this and tries to read her mind and finds that the other Betazoids have been throwing shade at her, which is a pretty fun little thing for Freeman to do.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, read my mind." It's like, calls her a bitch.
Right. It's pretty good. They get in an argument that distracts them. Over with Boimler, they're still doing a tarot reading, and it's another rebirth card for him, and he says everything's a rebirth.
Yeah.
Shaq
This what does he say? Is like, this is a blah blah, but it actually means rebirth.
Over with Shaq says there's more to being on the security team than just kicking ass. Boimler gets mad and says all they do is play games, and all he wants is some action. And right then, a red alert sounds. Mariner reveals to the crew that T'Lyn is the cause of all the emotional commotion, and they chase after her and Mariner. They lock themselves in a room, and T'Lyn helps to regulate Mariner's emotions, like my Abilify does. It's wonderful stuff. You should check it out if you have trouble regulating your emotions. Yeah. Works well. T'Lyn reveals that she's emotional because she can't send a message, and that she was banished to the Cerritos for being insubordinate and emotional for saving her crew one time, which seems bad to punish someone for that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm not a Vulcan, and I'm racist towards Vulcans. So. Yeah, she says she's not truly Vulcan, which is kind of a sad moment. We feel for T'Lyn.
Yeah, we feel.
And also, T'Lyn cannot die this season, in my opinion. After this episode, they're not going to kill her.
Ah, damn it.
I don't think they're going to kill her after this. They've fleshed her out too much, and she's too likable of a character, I think.
She is, but I still have I still have faith that she's going to die.
You got faith of the heart. Faith that they'll kill T'Lyn.
I'm feeling it.
Skip-bap-bibbida-doooo. It's a scat song now on this street.
It's on this.
This is a Star Trek street.
We got that Malcolm Reed shit.
Malcolm Reed, D-B-B-B-D-B-B-D-D-D-D, Ritter to Reed.
We need to bring Malcolm Reed back in some capacity.
Yeah. I mean, you can always write /fanfic.
I can.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's probably been so much with him and Trip. Like, there's probably so much fanfic of him and Trip.
Yeah. And he, especially one where he, trips and falls into Trip. And it's called, Trip into Trip.
Trip into Trip.
And he's like, whoops, oh, what are you doing with your ass hanging out, Trip? Oh!
What are you doing, Step Trip?
What are you doing hanging out of that Jeffries tube?
That meat hanging out.
Smegma womb. So over with the security team, they come upon Tiana, who's trying to get into the bridge to eat the betazoids, which it established earlier that Caitians eat betazoids, or they used to, but now they only eat synthetic betazoid.
Yeah, and I do like how she they say she took an oath not to eat humans or eat her patients or something.
That's fair. I think you should maybe have to take that oath if you're a doctor. Maybe.
Yeah.
So Mariner gives T'Lyn a pep talk about how great she is, and she's very inspired by this. Mariner says talking through their problems is better than violence. T'Lyn gets a hold of herself, and the crew comes to their senses finally. Over with security, they calm Tiana down with some warm milk and take back the bridge with the help of the power of slam poetry, where the soul meets the mind, which is a really great. I really love that.
She's like, I can't read your mind. What's going on? Like, she's like, oh, I'm so serene because
of slam poetry. Yeah. The Cerritos flies away, and the Romulans decloak, disappointed that the Cerritos didn't fly into their neutral zone trap. Yeah.
Like, we'll go look somewhere else.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. Back with Shax, he tells Boimler that he seems stressed, so the security team tried to give him a relaxing day off, which is very nice of them. He says it's security's job to sometimes protect people by protecting their emotions. Which is, and Boimler thanks him for his very holistic approach in security.
I do like that kind of like interpretation of security.
Yeah, it's like Worf's thing, you know, like reframing, or like him or Martok's like reframing of like mental health and like time is enemies.
Yeah.
To be overcome instead of like, you know, downplaying them. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So the Betazoids apologize for their behavior, and everything is well. They give Freeman a parting gift, a security log of the starship responsible for all of the recent attacks. Mystery ship. Over in the bar, Mariner gets T'Lyn some room temperature water, her favorite cocktail. And finally, comms are back up. But T'Lyn has decided not to send her report and not to ask to go back to the Vulcan High Council. Tendi comes over and tries to be friendly, but T'Lyn is resistant. The end of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think?
It was a good episode, I thought.
It was a pretty good episode. Yeah,
I liked how they expanded Betazoid culture.
A little bit.
Like, yeah, we got to see a little peek into, like, you know, they do have, like, some sort of, like, some secret agents type things, which would make sense. Like, they would make really good secret agents, being that they can read minds, and also really competent fighters because they can read the minds of their opponent, and so know what they're going to do before they do it. So that makes kind of sense.
Yeah.
Like, but they couldn't read the mind of a slam poet.
Right.
It's like their weakness.
I do wonder how it would like be to have like sex with a Betazoid because of this, because they can like there's no spontaneity because they know what you're gonna do before you do it. Although I don't know, with the kind of freak shit I'm into, by the time they process it, maybe it's a surprise still.
You can flood their mind. You can have at the forefront of your mind just like most insane shit, you know.
This is why I'm always thinking about Two Girls, One Cup, just in case I meet a Betazoid and I want to really freak their shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like have your back of your mind just being like operating without any sort of like detection.
No, the back of my mind is just stressing about soytrek.com.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, damn it.
Yeah.
Paramount.
More like scare 'em out.
Scare 'em out.
Because I'm scared to mount things and have sex with them. Because of their
not Anson Mount though.
IP lawyers. I don't know. No, I'm not. I've been fucking a ton since this whole thing.
Hells yeah.
I just been dicking down.
Dicking down.
Dicking down and dicking brown.
Oh damn. Yeah. That's what they call, you know, that's what Sinead O'Connor called the difficult brown.
The difficult brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. Sinead O'Connor rocks. She does rock. R.I.P.
Yeah, she rules. She was awesome. But for this episode, I liked the idea that, yeah, like, you know, instead of like, you know, it brings up a good problem with the Vulcans where they don't talk through what they're feeling. Like they do definitely, like all Vulcans do pretty much just, as Mariner said, repress it down into a deep dark ball inside themselves.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's
actually one of their testicles. That's the Ponfar testicle that they have to release every 7 years. That's a deep dark ball.
It's a deep dark ball. And so that makes sense. And I like and also I like the kind of just like reinterpretation of what the security team does.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And like Shax is like a great enlightened character that
I love Shax.
No, Shax is easily one of the best, most complete, full feeling characters on the show.
He is.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
and they don't have him on there a ton, which is crazy.
I know. I feel like
especially this season.
Especially in the first season, he was my favorite character. Like that's why when he died like in the first season,
I was like, no.
I was really heartbroken.
Yeah.
And Shax is awesome. I would love to see more of him. Just like in general, because like but it kind of makes sense that he's also kind of like the dark horse where they bring him in occasionally and just to like steal the show, kind of.
Right, and also like Fred Tatasciore like does so many other voices on the show that like even if he's not playing Shax, he's still probably getting his paycheck every week.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, no, I really liked this episode. I thought it was fun. Like I liked, it was fun that it was basically through Talin's perspective that we got this episode. So it was kind of like a Talin episode.
It was a total Talin episode, which is why I don't think they're gonna kill her off. Is because they gave her a full episode.
Yeah.
She ain't just a side character no more. She's a main character.
I don't know. I'm still very much in the camp that she's gonna die. It makes sense that they also want to like build her up before they kill her.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
And we don't want it, but it's gonna happen.
Then again, I've called a lot of things that I don't want, but
Yeah.
I still think might happen. Like, thankfully, the writer's strike is over, so like, Strange New Worlds isn't as much on the chopping block. However, the actors,
everyone that got beamed aboard the Gorn ship is up on the chopping block.
Yeah, exactly. So
except for what's his face, Mbinga. We know he survives at least.
No, yeah, he has to survive.
He has to survive
unless they bring back Mbinga.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend this episode. I'd give it, I don't know, solid 7.5 out of 10.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. It wasn't it wasn't the I still like Something Borrowed, Something Green, the previous episode. I think that was the best one this season so far. That did the best job of both playing with Star Trek, as a franchise and being funny about that, and also expanding it as a franchise.
Yeah, we got to see more of the Orions, because like Orions, they're just always used as like sort of like the background baddie.
Yeah, but I thought this episode definitely had some of the funniest jokes in the entire season. Like, as a comedy, this one probably maybe was the funniest episode so far this season. But, cohesively in the story, there are a couple holes. Like, why would the Betazoids keep this mission a secret from Starfleet?
Yeah, considering they are allies. I mean,
right.
I guess they're supposedly working, like, because, like, their cover is to just be, like, drunk party girls.
Right,
right. And then maybe they don't want to share everything with Starfleet, even though, they are allies. They have their sovereignty. So they just, but yeah, it would seem like they would want to share this, like, being that the Federation is so widespread and has like the technology capable of defending planets and responding to threats, like why they wouldn't like be like, we picked up this evil ship that goes around exploding things.
Right,
like,
right.
I feel that's very pertinent to giving to the Federation with its technology and numbers and everything else. So
Fair. But I guess we'll see. That's going to be the main. That's been the through line through the season. Episodes 1, 2, 4, and 5 so far, kind of. So
yeah, I would like to see like at least maybe next episode. Like I feel we've been getting teased enough this season. Like I feel like next episode should at least deal with their first initial encounter with this thing.
Yeah, I think so, and then probably the last episode as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see the need really for like 2-parter episodes in this universe, although they've done I think 2 or 3 2-parters so far. They're fine.
Yeah.
But not needed.
No.
Not needed with this format.
No. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll see some conclusion or some give us a little something to sink our teeth into next episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wondering if maybe it's, I don't know, like, because they said there's only one life form on board. I'm wondering if it's Peanut Hamper, and maybe the evil Jeffrey Combs robot, and then one evil person. Who knows?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they can't read Peanut Hamper and Jeffrey Combs, but they can. There's just like some other person they have on there.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe another villain that we totally forgot about, or maybe it's Armus.
Oh.
Maybe Armus finally escaped.
That would be funny. Like Armus is like loose. Yeah.
Armus has always been loose. He gets his ass plowed every single day.
And and he's loose because he's juice.
That's true. He is the loose juice.
He is the loose juice.
He's gender fluid. Is what he is.
Yeah. He killed a blonde woman, so he's like OJ in that way.
He killed a white woman, more importantly.
So wow, there's a lot of connections between Armus and OJ Simpson.
A lot of parallels.
A lot of parallels.
Yeah. Do you think the glove fits Armus?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like he could fit his whole body into a glove.
I'm imagining Armus in a Ford Bronco just fucking running from the cops.
I can't fit this glove. It's like your liquid you can literally pour into every crevice of his glove.
No,
you got me there.
Yeah.
I'm evil.
God, Armus is such a fucking dumb character.
Yeah, he is.
I love how hammy the voice actor is.
Yeah.
Oh, you've come to my planet that I've been stuck on for years.
I'm all powerful, but I can't leave this planet somehow.
Definitely does a number on the throat trying to do that
Yeah,
voice.
it does. I just got a little verklempt there.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a good place for us to leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Voyagers. Be well, travel safe, and I'd say probably go watch this episode, Empathological Fallacies.
Yeah.
Or more like Empathological Fallacies.
Ooh.
That's a penis.
All right. We'll see you next time, soy boys, girls, and overly beans.
Hang dong
and shocker.
Looks like somebody's on the wrong street, boy. Skip-bap-bibbida-doooo, ziglia, 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 dee 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 da 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 damn, beam babba-doo-da, skip-da, boo-ba, boo-ba, boo-ba. Get off the street, get off the